Greetings and God bless you. This is Dr. Jackson, your host of Deborah's Voice, and I want to take an opportunity to share with you our topic for today. Today we're going to be talking about etiquette, and I'm so excited that we have the opportunity to come before you and to share a word of the Lord for you. Not necessarily a word of the Lord, but just a word for women in general. Today we're just going to talk about etiquette because I believe it's important for us to understand what for etiquette you is and how not necessarily a word of the Lord, but just a word for women in general. 5 minutes today to share on etiquette on today. All right. And so first of all, I want to say it's important to have confidence, right? Confidence allows you to feel safe, to live without worry or feeling or belief that one can rely on someone or something, right? Confidence is also trust. It is also faith. It is also conviction, reliability, trustworthiness without fear, unswerving, and having assurance. When I tell you that the Lord is going to do great and mighty things for those who are confident in themselves, surely He will do that. I want you to see this today because as we go forth in our show, Deborah's Voice, I'm talking about etiquette because we see so many women who are excited about fashion, love to dress well, love to be empowered and to look great for their particular assignment. But I want to talk about how important it is to have proper etiquette on a daily basis, no matter whether we're in the workplace, whether we're in our homes, whether we're with our family, whether we're having that play day. We want to just be able to display proper etiquette and to dress in a way that is appropriate. Many times nowadays, women may feel that anything goes. But I want to talk to you just for these next few minutes so that we can talk about etiquette, right? So etiquette is a customary set of polite behavior in society among members of a particular profession or a group of people, right? It's a code of polite conduct. If you practice proper etiquette, you're less likely to offend and also you may charm another person, right? So in addition to like formal manners, etiquettes are rules that are followed by good breeding, all right? So it's very important, all right, when we think about this. When I think about etiquette, like I said, we're going to talk about etiquette for dressing. And this is something that has really been an item that I really feel a burden for, right? Because as women, we get up, we have to dress our kids, maybe help our spouse, iron clothes, wash, dry, all those things that are needed. But I think these are some tips that I can give you today that will help you with your etiquette. All right. So some things we should do definitely with etiquette. We want to make sure that we should be prepared, right, and how to carry out proper etiquette for ourselves. And so one of the greatest ways for etiquette to be released is for us to have the proper mindset of preparation. Right. So when I'm thinking of having etiquette, I need to prepare myself and know what type of setting am I going in today. Is it a play day? Is it a beach day? Am I going for work? Am I going on a date with my spouse or my boyfriend? How am I prepared to function with etiquette? All right. Do I know the customary rules, the codes, the things that I should be doing, the dress that I should have on for a particular setting, right? And so I want to talk first of all about underneath etiquette because a lot of times it's not always the outfits that we wear externally, but it's what we have on underneath that sometimes can hinder us or hinder others who are around us. Okay, so some of the things for underneath etiquette is a help for us to be able to not just look at our outer appearance, but let's look at what is underneath. So we need to invest in a whole bath line, right? So when you're buying products for yourself, you want to learn how to layer them properly. You want to be able to take moments to be able to buy the bath gel or shower gel, then you want to, or the soap, and then you want to buy the lotion, you want to buy the spray, right? It's better to buy a bath line of products, because as you layer them properly, they're going to last with you longer, and they're going to stay with you throughout the whole day. All right. Very important. Always use a shower gel, lotion, or spray if possible. If not, you can still use different types of soap, and then lotion that has no odor, and then spray cologne. All right, so we want to make sure if we're going to use a bath line or a body line, then we want to be able to utilize in that same particular scent. If I'm not using a bath line or a body line, then one of the things I need to do is to be able to have a non-scented soap and a non-scented lotion, and then I would spray the cologne that I would like to last or linger for the day. All right, very important, and it will last with you. For those of you that have a particular cologne that you like, it's always good to buy the smaller portion, whether it's the roller or the purse portion of that cologne or perfume, so that you're able to utilize that throughout the day in case you need a refresher. All right, very important when it comes to etiquette is shaving hair. One of the things that I'm seeing as we're out and about in the communities and around different areas, it's very important that we shave hair, right? Because hair traps in odors. Hair will not allow you to be as fresh as long as you like to. So we need to make sure that we shave hair in every aspect, shaving our hair under our arms, our pubic areas, being able to make sure if we need to shave our legs, just being appropriate to make sure that I'm not allowing hair growth to allow those odors and things to trap in our bodies or to cause an odor, right? Also, you want to make sure that you apply that deodorant, that powder, to your private areas to make sure it keeps you from sweating, right? Not like a talcum powder, but just a light powder that can help you to keep from sweating. All right. For ladies as well, you also want to be able to wear, panty liners. This is very important. Carry one with you at all times and wear one with you. So that way you don't mess up your undergarments. Okay. Many times we know as women, you can have different secretions and things that can come from your body. So we don't want to run the risk of having to mess up our undergarments and then continually having to scrub them or having to continue to replace them. Okay, so another trick that we can use as women for staying fresh underneath our clothes is to spray a cotton ball and then take that cotton ball and put it down in your bra in between your two cups where they meet, right? So it helps to give you a refreshing, it lasts longer, it stays with you longer. And so this helps you even when you're refreshing, spray that cotton ball if it needs to be refreshed, put it back in between your bosom, and it's going to keep that nice fresh smell for the rest of the day. All right. You want to make sure that you choose the best deodorant for your body type, because a lot of times when we're changing in different times and seasons. What I wore in my 20s, I can't wear in the 30s. Sometimes your body will change, so you may start with a particular deodorant, but as your body odor changes and as your hormones and things begin to change, then also you would need to change your deodorant, right? So this is very, very important. Make sure if you need to change to a stronger deodorant, or if it's very strong, you need to change to a lighter deodorant. You want to make sure that you test the proper products for your particular body. Okay, so this is really good, right? Very important. Don't get the cologne because it's popular, but get something that is good with your body type and lasts throughout the day. Sometimes women, because we're excited, there's a new particular line of cologne, a new line or something that we've heard people talking about is coming out, or it has come out, a new fragrance. You want to make sure, because every cologne that comes out, every perfume that comes out, every body wash, every line of body products don't always connect with your particular body odor or body type. So you want to make sure that what you get, some people can wear spicy things, some people can wear more flowery things. You have to know some people have to wear light and airy fragrances. So make sure that that's something that's going to last and go with your body type, and also it's going to last throughout the day, right? Make sure it's something that you're going to be able to carry along the way. Now, one of the things I like to talk about as well is, in your purse, you want to make sure that you have the items that are needed, because sometimes we have a whole bunch of things in our purse and it's not the things that we actually need. So I want to make sure also that we think about having, a small toothbrush, maybe a trial size toothpaste that we may need to use throughout the day. It could be breath spray, mints, all of these things that will help you. In addition, you want to have, something that you may want to lightly freshen up your makeup, after a long day or a long meeting or a long appointment. To make sure that you're still remaining fresh and looking wonderful. And so invest in a line that you know is going to work for you. Invest in a line that you know is going to keep you flourishing and going to the next level, and so that women will be able to, not women, but others will be able to look at you and glean from you and see the beauty that is within you. So it's very important to keep, the proper things within your purse as well. And like I said, you want to have Kleenex, you want to have, panty liner, you may want to have a toothbrush, a small tube of toothpaste, toothpicks. You may want to have your makeup case, your makeup kit. All of those things will work well when it comes to etiquette, right? So you want to make sure that you're, even if you're going to wear pantyhose or not, if you're wearing pantyhose or you're wearing knee highs, then you may want to have an extra pair in your purse inside of a plastic zipper bag, so that if it runs or if there's a problem, you're able to wear them or get a fresh pair in case there's a tear or a run, so that you're able to still look your best at all times. Okay, and I think it's important that we wear pantyhose according to the occasion. Sometimes we think that pantyhose are outdated based on our age, but according to the occasion and what's happening, I think that pantyhose are still appropriate according to the type of setting that you're in. So you always want to make sure that you know what is the type setting I'm in, how should I be functioning, how should I be operating. You want to make sure as ladies, you want to be able to wear the proper garments, whether it's a girdle, whether it's a slip. A lot of ladies today don't wear slips. The slip is made so that it's able to allow your clothes to flow smoothly, and it allows your clothes to not cling to you. It helps to break static off of your clothes, and also just allows your dress to flow nicely. If you're going to wear a undergarment as a girdle or a spank, you want to make sure that you wear the one that's appropriate for your size and appropriate for the outfit. So you have spanks that have the full thing where they're wearing the bra enclosure as well as the hips and panties and thighs. Then you also have the spanks or the girdles that start from the waist going down to the legs. Then you have the panty girdle that you would wear under certain occasions that would not cover the thighs, but it would just cover the midsection and the panty area. So let's make sure that we wear the appropriate girdle according to the particular thing that is needed for us as women. And so I think this is really great, ladies, because we need to learn how to make sure that we exemplify how we are to look our best and how it's going to be applied for the greatness to come out of us. One of the things that I heard many years ago, someone began to say that we ought to learn how to dress for success, right? And so sometimes we feel as though, oh, I'm just going to the store. Oh, I'm just running out to grab something. I'm just going to do something. I'm not going to a meeting. Maybe I'm not going to church, or I'm not going to my job. But dress for success, because you never know who you're going to run into. You never know who you're going to meet. You never know how important it is to make sure that everything is laid properly. And so one of the worst things when you go and you see people who are dressed and you can see their panty lines because they have on clothes that may be too tight, or you can see the indentation in their clothing because they put on something that is too tight, and so we want to make sure that when you try on your clothes, don't focus so much on the size, right? Because if you have on the proper foundation underneath that we've just talked about, then also we want to make sure that it's going to be groomed according to the space that you would like. So when you go out of the house, you're going to look your best, right? So you want to make sure, don't put on something because you used to wear, a size 8 or a size 12, and then you're still saying, no, I'm going to fit into it, but it's too tight, right? So you see it's pulling, you see, how hard it is to get on. We want to be able to wear clothes that are appropriate, right? All right, so when we talk about, our outerwear, we have to make sure that we learn how to invest in clothing that's going to take us a long way. All right, so outerwear, I have to make sure that what applies to me works with my body type. So, of course, I'm a little bit taller, right? So because I'm taller, my height plays an issue in what I can and cannot wear. How I dress is going to be based upon my body type. If you're short and fuller, then your body type will tell you what clothes you could or could not wear. And so these days we're seeing that everybody says, just wear what you want to, put on what you want to. But I would like to suggest to you that we need to transition that and make sure that we understand that we need to find the clothes appropriate for our body type, right? So not everything looks good on everybody. Amen. You just have to admit that not everything looks good on everybody. So I want to make sure that don't purchase something that you're not comfortable with, even though other people may say, oh, it looks good. Chances are you're not going to wear it. So when you try on something, you want to wear something that you feel good about, something that you feel good in, something that you feel like you're shining in, something that you say, you know what, this is me. So you want to wear clothes that make you feel great. Wear clothes that make your confidence boost. Wear clothes that make you feel as though you are your best you. Remember what I said, even if you're going to the store, you're going to pick up something, be your best you, because you never know who you're going to run into. You never know who you're going to meet. So you want to layer your clothes properly. Put on, tank tops underneath certain shirts or blazers. You want to be able to cover your body. You want to be able to look appropriate, look like, a woman that you are, especially those of you that are saved, those of you that are in ministry, those of you that are walking before others as a leader, right? It's very important that we dress for success. We wear the best of what we should wear so that others can follow our example and our lead. So again, wear clothes that are comfortable to your body type. Wear clothes that are loose and not too tight fitting. Wear clothes that will actually keep you in a place of looking important and feeling important. All right. And then you have to know what's inappropriate. Sometimes we'll think that something is appropriate for a particular setting and it may not be. Right. So let me just give you some checkpoints of what may not be appropriate. OK, if your blouse pulls at the bottom or pulls in the arms and it's just so tight that you can barely get it on. These are things that you don't want to see. Your blouse, you see the buttons going down the front and it's pulling, and you can see the gaps and putting your fingers in the midst of them. Then that's something that I'm sure that is too tight. So you have to do one of two things: give it away or sell it. Okay, you have to take the time to say, I'm going to give it away or I'm going to sell it. Chances are that when you lose weight, I heard someone say most times you're going to want to buy something new. You're not going to go back and pick up that thing that you've had for years. So it's very important for you to really see, if something is too tight, just get rid of it. Do one of those two things: give it away, sell it, so that you're able to move on and get something else that is new. All right, check to see if any seams are pulling. If it's pulling on the side, pulling at the shoulders, pulling in the arms, pulling in the midsection, pulling on the legs for skirts. See if it's pulling or rising. A lot of times when it's kind of tight, you'll notice it rises up on your hips. It'll rise up in your back area. That means that maybe it's a little tight. You may need a tighter girdle, or you may have to, again, do one of those two things: give it away or sell it. Okay. Long sleeves, very important. It should stop at your wrist. So if you're having a long sleeve shirt, it shouldn't be up here. If it got shrunk in the washer or dryer, you want to make sure that it stops at your wrist. You want to make sure that it's laying in its appropriate place. Okay, so when you hold your arm up and you put your arm down, it should stop at your wrist. When you hold your arm up, then it may stop just under the wrist, so because you're lifting your arms. All right, zippers should be flat and not pulling, right? So when you have on a zipper and you see, you can see the zipper because it's open, and your pants, you zipped up your pants or zipped up your skirt, but yet you see it pulling. It should not be pulling. It should lie flat, and it should not be pulling. If it's one that is a covered zipper, then you should only see the cloth or the clothing. If it's an open zipper, zip up nicely, and it should not be pulling on either side. Okay, there should be no extra fabric around the hips on a pants or a skirt. So it shouldn't be, hanging down loose that it's hanging down on you. It should be loose and comfortable that it lays appropriately. So you shouldn't see bundled up material on the sides of the hips. You should make sure that there are no strings attached, right? Very important, because a lot of times you can have strings, hanging off of your shoulder, hanging off of your leg, your back, wherever, your belts. Make sure that you check yourself appropriately, that there's no strings, nothing is hanging, nothing is attached. All right. So you want to make sure that no panty lines are showing. Okay, like I said before, according to what you wear, that's why it's important to make sure you know what to put on your undergarments, right? So you need to make sure how to wear, darker colors under light, the black and the navy blues under the white. You can wear, your tan and your lighter colors under dark garments. So you want to make sure that you wear what's appropriate so that there's no panty lines showing, there's nothing showing through your pants. The worst thing is to wear a garment and you can see straight through and see the underwear showing. Okay, so no blouse tail showing through your skirt. This means that your clothes are too tight. So if you have on a skirt and then your blouse tail is showing, you see the line of it inside of the skirt, that's not etiquette. You want to wear that type of blouse out. If you're going to wear a fitted skirt, you can wear the blouse out on top of the skirt, but it shouldn't be tucked in so that you can see the tail of your shirt inside of your skirt. All right. Very important, because a lot of people, you will see this when you see people with their clothing on. All right, be careful not to double crease ironing your clothes. A lot of times if you iron your clothes or you iron your pants and you're going to wear them a second time, or you've worn them and washed them, but they're still kind of a crease in them, you want to make sure that you get that first crease completely out, or you send it to the cleaner so that it's able to get the proper crease that it's supposed to be in. You never want to see double creases in your pants, right? You want to make sure that before you step out of the house, you look appropriate, you look beautiful, and you look wonderful, right? You don't want to see hanger marks. Some people say, oh, these pants look pretty good, but then when you put them on, there's a mark on the legs by the knee where that clothing has been on a hanger, and now people said the wrinkles will fall out. Well, unfortunately, they don't. And it looks bad, right? It looks bad to see hanger marks visible on your pants, right? Even arm marks. Arm marks or scorches on your clothes. Some people will say, this is my favorite shirt or my favorite outfit, and the arm makes a scorch on it, and then you have the imprint from the arm. And I know you may love that, save that for in the house, or you're going to have to unfortunately get rid of it, right? So make sure that there's no arm marks on your pants, your shirts, your blazers, your jackets, anything that will be visible when you're going out and you're, preparing to go out for your day. Make sure if that happens, I know we all have had it happen to us before, and you can be, so frustrated and upset, but the best thing is to just get rid of it, okay? Make sure you have on the undergarment that's suitable for you. Sometimes plus size ladies, I know you may like to wear certain things, and that's fine if you're wearing it for your spouse or you're wearing it in your house. But when we go out as a plus size woman, you want to make sure that you have enough coverage. So you don't want to be a woman who is a plus size woman and not having enough coverage on the undergarments. So it's very important to make sure that everything that you're wearing is appropriate for the size that that you are, right? So if you're smaller, there's certain appropriate garments that you may be able to wear that a bigger woman may not be able to wear. And so that's why it's important to keep a balance and to make sure that you know what works best for you. If you're not sure, consult some of the ladies who are working in the boutiques or the stores to ask, what is the proper garment for what I'm getting ready to wear. And some of them may have the expertise to share with you what is best to put on underneath your skirt or your dress or your pants to make sure that it's going to be appropriate and to make sure that it looks very nice. Okay, when shopping, and I want you all to know this, when you're shopping, you always want to buy fewer quality items. Sometimes when we're shopping, we want to have, a whole bunch of things, but a lot of them are not quality, which means they're going to rip quickly. You're going to have to throw them